Hey guys, before we talk about Orthognomes, I just want to say thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, leave us a comment, hit that thumbs up.
Catch us live every Wednesday. We do a Whiskey Wednesday show where we bring on designers, people from the industry. We talk games, we drink whiskey, and we have a good time. We interact with the chat. We take your questions and all that kind of fun stuff.
And if you're really cool, you buffer.
That's right. You get the Tim Buffer, 404. Tim Bot not found.
That's right. Also, we do have a Patreon, so if you'd like to support the show financially, we would appreciate that. But if not, honestly, just interacting with us, hanging out with us, chatting in the Discord, all those things, we really do appreciate. All right, now on to the show. Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
This is the Board Game Rundown, and today we're going to do a review of Orthognomes from Phantomlab Games. They did send us this to check out, which is, they usually send us some pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Most of their games come from like Japan. So in Orthognomes, you're basically playing as either the fire god or the ice god.
Okay.
And you are trying to have dominance, right? By placing these really cool pillars, columns. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you call them.
Blocks.
But the real genius of this game
You just ruined my high score there. That's how he feels about it.
is there's an indicator on the ends. There's an indicator on the ends that tell you like whose tiles are what. There's like little circles and there's little triangles, so you know who. Right. So each player's going to start with like 6 of these columns, and the first player has to just cover this little spot here on this turntable. And they can do it this way, they can do it that way, they can do it that way. They must stay within the footprint of the grid. Any future placement cannot be parallel to any existing...
Adjacently a parallel.
Yes, it can't be an adjacent parallel. So you must place it touching a tile or a column that's already on the board.
Yep.
And it must be at a 90-degree different.
Right. So like that or laid down. Yep. Stuff like that.
Any of those, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just going to go take turns until all of them are placed while, keeping those rules in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the game, what we're trying to do is we're going to look at each side, the 4 sides, and then the top down. And for any 4 in a row of your color, either diagonal or orthogonally adjacent.
It's an illegal move, but you get the idea.
Right. Yeah. Well, but that would be illegal.
That would be a legal move.
You could basically, you're looking for a 4. You need a run of 4.
Mm-hmm.
You need 4 in a row, and depth does not matter. So if you have one that's like a little deeper in that cube,
this guy.
where you can't see it, or where it's not like right next to it,
Right.
but it's in there because you can see it when you like peek through. That's worth a point. And you're just gonna play 2 rounds.
Yeah. Score all 4 sides and then even the top.
Go 4 rounds, and that's it. That's how you play Orthognomes. The rule book, I mean, it's really short,
four
and
rounds.
most of it is just legal and illegal moves.
Yeah. Right. Examples of what's good, what's not.
Because I think that's where you'll run into the questions.
Right.
Can I do this? Can I not do this? But honestly, you play even half of the first round.
You got it.
Pretty much got it. But anyways, Bob.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Orthognomes?
I thought this was super interesting. So I like, spatial puzzles.
Yes.
Right. I love the fact that, you don't have to have them all like in a row on a single plane, how you're using all that 3D effect. And so like somebody might have like a piece, but like I know that I can hide, Mike's, I was playing Mike's piece behind my piece.
Yes.
And now it's buried and now I've got 2 in a row there. And yeah, like I enjoy that kind of stuff. I think it's super interesting. And I mean, yeah, 2-player game is fine, but it even comes with this cool little lazy Susan. So it's like, nice to be able to move it around and see everything. It slides real smooth, so those pieces aren't all over the place. You don't have to get up and walk around it to see what you have. I mean, yeah, I had to stand up to get my overhead view, but it was worth all the points I scored.
For real.
These are chalky pieces. They're nice.
Yeah. And the placement of these is really interesting because that rule feels so limiting at first. But really, what it does is it just makes you get really creative.
Get creative with it.
With
I was like sliding that one piece in that one little gap, and it fit, and boom, it lined up 2 extra little moves.
And that's a risky move because if you knock over the blocks, you lose the game.
Yeah,
doesn't matter how many points you have.
That's right.
You lose the game if you knock over the blocks.
Yep.
So you got to be real slick with that. And even with like people that might have a lot of AP, I mean, it's going to take them
there's only
maybe a minute.
Placing like 6 blocks, right?
Yeah, you only got 6 blocks.
Yeah,
and there's legitimately there's only a few options each turn.
Right.
And also the other strategy that I learned when I was playing this was the timing of when to use which one because of the different varieties.
Right.
Like early on when I first played, I was like, oh, I want to get this guy out. He's got 3.
No.
Well, it's like, no, I put him in the middle. By the end,
it's just gonna be covered.
I might just have one face showing by the end, and it's like, that would suck.
Yep.
Second time played, man. This was the last block I played.
Yeah.
Because I was blocking other people's things.
Yep.
Like I was just covering up strategically, giving myself, setting myself up.
Yep.
And I really enjoyed that. Like really enjoyed that push and pull. Like, okay, the timing of when you play stuff. And again, you play this game, even playing both rounds, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's just re-rack.
It's only 2 rounds, right? I thought you said 4 earlier.
No, it's 2 rounds.
All right.
It's 2
I
rounds.
thought you said 4.
No. 2 rounds.
2 rounds. That's what I thought.
And it's super fun. I really thought this was cool.
If you like spatial puzzles, you're gonna enjoy this because it's just a really simple mechanism with a really neat depth, like literally depth.
Yeah,
to it.
No doubt. The other thing I will say is I don't know of any other game that plays like this.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really neat, puzzle game,
and that's what it is. Yeah.
And I've seen, I saw you guys do different things, and then when we played, I saw like different
things being done,
and different ways to score points, and it's really cool. It's really neat, and there's just something to be said for like the streamlined simplicity
of it.
Where there's what Mike likes to say, like a low rules overhead, but
Yeah.
like a lot of
what does he call that ratio? There's the rules to depth ratio or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Crunch per rule, I
per
believe is
rule.
the
That's what that voice in my head told
That's
me.
what I think it is. Yeah. So.
But yeah, it's there, man. I really enjoy sort of that tactical strategy of when you place.
Yep.
And again, very simple, very straightforward. This is a real nice touch because it really helps. Because if you're just sitting at a table, you can just turn. You don't have to get up, and things like that, which can be inconvenient. Also presents that possibility you bumping the table.
Yeah.
And if you lose the game because you had to get up and move, that would be so frustrating.
That would be frustrating.
So frustrating.
Unless your opponent did it.
That is pretty great. That was easy.
Go fall over, Tim. Oh, what'd you do? I can't believe you knocked that over. Jeez,
weird.
I guess I win again.
Dang it. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. So Bob, we should give this a rating.
Ooh, okay.
How do we do that?
So here on the board game rundown, we'll take a game. We're going to give it a rating between 0 and 10. We do use 0.5, so a little bit of variance. Then we're going to take our score. We're going to average it together, and that'll be what you see on like BGG or Discord or anywhere you might see what the board game rundown gave Orthognomes.
All right. What do you give Orthognomes?
I like the slick small box. It makes it easy to transport. Lazy Susan included. My favorite 2-player game, probably not, but it definitely ranks up there. This is like I'm going to give it an 8. I was going to give it a 7.5, but I'm going to go with 8 because I like that the colors are super easy to tell apart. The crunch per rule is there.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with an 8.
Yeah, this is an 8.5 for me. I think that I really like it when these little games represent themselves very well and provide a lot of punch. Everything Bob said, small box. There's a little bit of wow factor when you pull it out because of these.
The chunky.
They feel good, right? Like nice.
Yeah.
The little turntable, is great. It's a really nice touch. And, not every, like 8.5, 9, 10 game has to be, like a Lacerda. There's a lot of value in just like these little, crazy, unique, small boxes. And again, so unique. It's not like this thing reinvented a mechanic that I've really enjoyed. And it's like, oh, I put a real nice spin on it. Like, no, it does its own spin. It's its own thing. I just thought of that. Could you tell?
Yeah, and you're really proud of it. I can tell that too.
So anyways, if we average that together.
It's a 8.3.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
That's pretty solid. This was really fun.
It was fun.
So I like it. Thank you, Phantomlab, for sending us this copy. But yeah, let us know what you think. What are some of your favorite 2-player games? Let us know in the comments.
Oh, yeah. So you're asking me. I'm like, well, if you want that list, I can do one for you.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for Ortho Games. For the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim.
Bob.
We'll see you next time.